Welcome back to the second episode of Meet Me in the Tent. Today I have Terrance Crawford. Terrance and I go way back. We both were, well, I can say we're both former educators. And he has a story.
Yeah. Unplugged. We in the tent now. Yeah. Pulled up to the woods, real talk, no filter. Life hit different when you sit with a healer. Campfire glow, yeah, the truth get loud. No stage, no mask, just a man in this crowd. We talk pain, we talk growth, we talk purpose. Every scar got a story underneath the surface. From the struggle to the strength, yeah, we laying it out. If you listening close, you gon' figure it out. This ain't just a pod, it's a place to be real, where the silence get loud and the broken can't heal. So step in the tent, leave the world outside. Unplug conversations, let your truth ride. Yeah.
Yes, sir. So back in June of 2018, man, I started having like these crazy headaches, man, out of the blue. I'm a healthy guy. You know, I get good sleep, eat pretty well. No clue why these headaches coming on. I go to the doctor. They give me some pills for headaches. Cool. Taking these pills for about a month. No, didn't go away. July, I'm like, Doc, this ain't working.
Yeah.
He was like, okay, here's a stronger strength, or more. It gave me Imatrax, something real stronger pills. I'm like, cool, taking them, felt good. It'll wear away, more headaches. August, I'm like, sir, I can't take this anymore. He was like, okay, we're gonna do a full panel of your blood, August 20th, exact date. I go in at 9 o'clock, pulls my blood. I go to work. I go, normal day. About 3:30, he calls me. He was like, "Are you dehydrated? Do you feel like you need water?" I was like, "Nah, man, I'm drinking water right now. I drink water. I talk all day. I drink water constantly."
Yeah.
He was like, "Well, I need you to get to the ER right now. Your kidneys are failing." I was like, "My kidneys are failing." And honestly, man, I kind of like joked it like, "Whatever. Okay, I'll get there. I'll get the phone up. It's 3:30, so guess what? I got to work till 5." So I ain't telling my boss I'm leaving. So I literally finished my day. Up. And so I tell my manager, I said, "Hey man, I'm dehydrated. I gotta go get some fluids." They say I'm dehydrated, So I tell them, I'll probably be back on Thursday. This is a Monday. I'm like, I'll probably be back on Thursday. I'll put some PTO and I'll be back. So I call my wife on the way home. Hey, my kidneys are failing. They want me to get to the ER. So I called my other buddy who's a PA. He was like, my creatinine was a 3.83. Well, your creatinine should be at a 1. Okay? So he was like, yeah, you probably just need some fluids. You probably just dehydrate you. So I'm feeling confident that I'm just dehydrated. So I go to the ER, check myself in. When I start running some tests, they're like, yeah, your kidneys are failing. They're shutting down.
Oh, wow.
So I get admitted immediately, man. They admit me immediately. I'm in the hospital. They start asking all these questions, Do you smoke? Do you drink? Do you do this? No, I'm doing all this. Have you been out of the country? Have you been? No, I'm 38. I'm 38 years old, mind you, at the time. And I'm just like, nope, I'm pretty healthy. I get my yearly physical every year.
Yeah.
I'm good. And so they started running tests, HIV tests, lupus tests. About 10 days in, they're like, we have no clue what's wrong with you. We don't know why your kidney is shutting. We just put through you like 10 liters of fluids by now. Your kidneys should have responded by now. They're not responding still.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So they're still running tests, man. I'm 10 days in, man. We don't know. You're a mystery, man. So finally, they're like, here's this jug. We want you to, every time you go to the bathroom, just go in this jug for 24 hours. So I'm like, cool. So I got to go to this jug every time I pee, go in this jug every single time. So 24 hours come, they run the test, the urine test, and they found it. So what was happening was I was losing all my proteins, and I got diagnosed with a cancer called multiple myeloma. So basically, your plasma made in the marrow, and that marrow was going rogue pretty much. It was just it was getting too much of this cancer called amyloid. It was just too much of it. It was just going rogue in it. So like a normal level should be around like a 3.5 level. I was like at 1500. So I had so much of this cancer in me. But the good thing is that they caught it early enough that it was only like 20% abnormal cells. But most patients, they catch it like when it's like 60, 70. I was at 20% abnormal cells. So they caught it early enough. So I was in stage between, they call it between stage 1 and 2 because I had kidney failure. But I had no other symptoms at all. So besides the kidney failure. So what was going on really was the cancer was holding back my kidney so it couldn't filter anything. So that was raising my blood pressure, which was causing the headaches. So that's what was causing the headaches.
I understand.
So then once they found, got that under control, my headaches, went away. And then I started doing chemotherapy in the hospital. And then at the same time, I was doing dialysis in the hospital because of kidney failure.
Yeah.
So I was doing both.
Oh, man.
So I was in the hospital that time for about 20 days. And then once they found me in an outpatient facility, I was able to go home and then started doing outpatient treatment. So we'll say this is like September. I'm home now, but I'm still doing chemotherapy 3 times a week, and I'm going to dialysis twice a week. So praise God, my kidneys came back, and my last day of dialysis was 2018 on Halloween Day, literally Halloween, because they were passing out candy in Dallas. That's how I remember that.
Okay.
So I stopped doing the dialysis, and then I was able to just focus on the chemotherapy side. So I was doing chemotherapy 3 times a week still, and that was October, November, December, and then January. They were like, you're out of remission. So the chemotherapy worked. I was in remission, but they're like, we want to do one more treatment on you. And it doesn't guarantee, like, they never guarantee, in cancer world, they're going to never guarantee you anything. They're just going to tell you the data. So they were like, we have this process called a stem cell transplant, where you do this transplant, people who do it, they stay further in remission.
Got it.
So I'm like, it was January, man. I was good, I was healthy, I was like, oh, this is great. I felt about myself. I was, going back. I was back to the gym, doing what I want to do. I was, I wasn't working still. I was still on disability. I was still just, doing my family stuff. I was feeling great. And they're like, I was like, I don't know if I want to do it. So we prayed about it, talked to the pastors, talked to everybody about it. We just prayed about it, thought about it. I was like, okay, this is going to give me a longer remission time and off medication, off chemo. I'll go ahead and do it. So I had to go through all these tests, man, because it's a very rigorous transplant. So I had to get like my lungs checked, my heart checked. I had to get your whole body checked, just make sure that you can withstand the process of this transplant.
Yeah.
So I did that for like a couple months. So then I'll say it was around March, they went inside, they pull out my stem cells. It was about an 8-hour process. Because it's like, imagine getting your blood drawn, but it's just very slow. Because they can't do it fast. They got to do it real slow to pull the stem cells. Okay? So they pretty much took those stem cells and they cleaned them out. It's beyond my brain to comprehend what they do.
I understand.
But they put it in this machine. They kind of like spin it real fast and take out get the stem cells out. All right, so then you got to go to the hospital. So March 18th, check myself in. This is 2019 now.
Okay.
So from like January, February, March, I'm all chemo, doing great. Numbers looking great. Everything was well. But I got to do a transplant now. So I turn myself in, as I tell people, I turn myself in March 18th. And they blast me with a chemotherapy called unfiltered. They call it the Red Devil. It's so powerful. Now, the whole time I'm doing chemo, I didn't get really sick. No nauseousness, none of the side effects you normally get with chemotherapy you hear about. Yeah. I didn't lose my hair, nothing. Losing no weight, nothing. This nothing was so powerful, man. Like, it literally, because what it does basically, it goes into your body. It's like, just imagine like a bunch of soldiers run through your body trying to find any cancer left. It's a bunch of like, they're just trying to find it. Anything, going every crevice, just looking for the cancer. Yeah. But it's so powerful. Yeah. It's like a strong marine.
Gotcha.
Strong. That thing knocked me out, man. Took me out. It was the worst feeling I ever felt in my life. So, I lost weight. I lost about 40 pounds.
Oh, wow.
So I went in, this one I was really big into lifting weights, creatine, the whole nine. I went in there in the hospital about 215 pounds. I came out about 170 when I ccame out. So I was there for about 28 days in the hospital this time. So that was on Monday. That Monday, March 18th. So they hit him with this melphalan chemo, and then on Wednesday, what they do is, so pretty much that melphalan wipes out your whole immune system. So I got no immunity whatsoever. Mm-hmm. So then what they do is they put their stem cells, your fresh cells that they done cleaned out, mm-hmm. put them back into your body. Mm-hmm. But now, just imagine now, you have no white cells, no red cells, no hemoglobin. Mm-hmm. You have nothing. You're just laying there because they have wiped you out completely with that melphalan. Wow. So now you have to wait till these cells start to graft into your body to start producing everything back again. Mm-hmm. So that's why they keep you in hospital so they can watch the counts. So like they call it day 0. So then like they put a head on the board so you can see like, okay, day 1, this is where your counts are. Day 2, and then by like day 10, it's just seemed to got worse. I started getting every like symptom. I couldn't eat. I got what they call mucositis. I got sores in my mouth. I couldn't swallow. I literally just to get the taste in my mouth, I would drink Gatorade, swish it out, and just spit it because I couldn't even swallow. That's how bad it hurt.
Yeah.
So finally, about day 15, day 16, your numbers are coming up, and you start to feel better because everything started to graft, mm-hmm. and you start to get everything back again. So then I'm like, okay, I feel normal. I feel okay. So that was, I left hospital around April 3rd, April 4th it was. I was there for about 28 days, April 5th, whatever it was. So I'm home, recovering. So now this is pre-COVID, so I had to quarantine for 100 days. Mm-hmm. Couldn't be around people. I couldn't go out in public. If I did, I didn't really go anywhere but besides home and the doctor. When I went to the doctor, I had to wear a mask up, all that kind of stuff like that. And so about 100 days, they're like, okay, you can go they'll cut some restrictions off you. You can go do some things. And not to mention, the reason why you have the quarantine because you still don't have an immune system yet, right? Uh-huh. And so now on top of that, you got to go back because they don't wipe you clean. I had to go back and get all my infant shots again when I was when we were a baby. Yeah. So you got to go get your vaccines again. So now you don't have an immune system. You don't have no vaccines. Yeah. So you are susceptible to everything. So that's why you got to wait those 100 days to make sure that you get your vaccines, all your white counts, your red counts, hemoglobin, all that looks normal before you go back to the general public. So I was able to go back to work July 7th. So that's the first stint of cancer. Most of my myeloma.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
That's a lot to process, man.
Yeah. It was a lot, man. But I tell you, I mean, for my family, for my church, just you really don't know how much people love you until you go through something like that. Yeah. Because people will really show who they really are. Like your people who love you, they're gonna step up and do more than you could ever imagine. Yeah. Like it was just amazing to see people come through. Like, I mean, people who I just really associated with even came through. Like people I may see once a month, once a year, or whatever it may be. Friends with friends, would just show up and drop off a mail off. Yeah. Drop off $100 or whatever. You know what I mean? Just it was really amazing. So yeah.
Yeah. And tell me this, man, because before I started recording, I was telling you how it just hit me all at once. How do you stay positive through the whole process? I
mean, honestly, man, my faith. Honestly, I'm gonna just tell you my faith, man. Like, I just know, like, God just never promised us wealth. Mm-hmm. Never promises health. Mm-hmm. Even the Bible, you could talk about. Look at Peter. He talked about suffering.
Right.
You know what? But my thing is that somehow the suffering that I went through, some way, somehow, if I can help somebody get to Christ, or my suffering is God get the glory somehow. Let's say, how's this guy who's going through all this treatment of cancer, he's still praising God?
Exactly. Yeah.
So somehow my suffering, I'm hoping that somebody will see that and turn to God.